How companies fire you in the 2025 lawsuit era. Say you've been at a job for a year or two. You're on time, you do the work, everything's going good. Then, all of a sudden, there's a glitch in the matrix. Something happens. Something changes. You do something, you have no idea what it is because you've been doing the same thing for a year or two. But somewhere, you did something that got someone concerned about something. So now, a boss or a manager above you has to figure out a way to fire you without making you mad and having you retaliate with a potential lawsuit. They will pull a bunch of lies and BS. And the process this day and age goes a little something like this. They will start by bringing up all kinds of procedures you never heard of before, or some new process you haven't done during the years you were working at the company, but all of a sudden, you gotta do this, or you gotta do that. Make sure you're filling out your 48.5B form and submitting them every day before 8 o'clock, something like that. Or, all of a sudden, your clock-ins and clock-outs have to be specific to the second. Or sometimes they'll even pull something like this. Why'd you clock out early? When clearly, you didn't, but they try to make that mistake. They keep making intentional quote-unquote mistakes to leave a paper trail or evidence, even when you're doing everything perfectly. Here's another big one too. They will never use the term fired. What they will say is something like this. We are removing you from the schedule and location effective tomorrow. The client or customer has requested a modification, but we are going to offer you a new site and a new set of hours. And here's a little BS trick right here. They offer you a location 100 miles away, if the location even exists. And they offer you the hours of 11 p.m. to 6 a.m. when before your hours were 9 to 5. And then here's what happens. You end up telling them that won't work. And at that point, you pretty much voluntarily quit. And when you voluntarily quit like that because the location and hours aren't suitable, you forfeit any potential wrongful termination suit because you voluntarily quit. See what they did there? And if you try to ask them for a closer location and better hours, they will always respond with something like, we don't have a closer location, and our daytime hours aren't available at this moment. A canned BS response. But yeah, that's the BS they have to do to dodge potential wrongful termination suits this day and age. Sometimes people get fired for no reason at all. Maybe they've been with the company too long and they want a fresh worker who's cheaper and younger. Maybe they're trying to be a bilingual company, expanding their clientele by replacing all the one-language speakers with fresh bilingual ones. See, those two examples would fall under race discrimination and age discrimination, which is potential, wrongful termination suits. They're not going to tell you the real reason why they fired you. They're just going to try to give you a bunch of BS and games like this to get rid of you and replace you for whatever reason they're doing it for. But yeah, that's the BS we got to put up with in 2025. Crazy, right?